Okay, so picture this. You walk into a crowded room. Could be a party, a work thing, whatever. You always see two types of people, right? There's the one person, kind of hiding in the corner, glued to their phone, looking super awkward. And then there's the other person, just gliding through the room, totally at ease, leaving behind a trail of smiles and actual conversations. What is their secret? What playbook are they running that you don't know about?
So what's the real difference between these two people? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not some magic charisma they were just born with. Nope, it's a skill. And that skill is called social intelligence. Honestly, you should think of it as the ultimate cheat code for life. The best part? It's totally learnable. It's crazy powerful, and it's what separates the people who struggle from those who just connect.
All right, let's crack open the playbook. Play number 1, and this is the foundation for everything else. You gotta learn to read the room. Before you say a word, before you make a move, you have to level up your awareness game and figure out the vibe of the situation you're in.
Now this is gonna blow your mind. We spend so much time stressing about finding the perfect words, but get this, a staggering 93% of what we're actually communicating has nothing to do with words. It's all the unspoken stuff, the body language, the tone, the energy in the room.
And check this out. This chart breaks it all down. Look at that tiny little sliver for spoken words, just 7%. That's it. The real heavy hitters here are body language, making up 55%, and your tone of voice at 38%. So think about it. If you're only paying attention to the words, you are literally missing almost the entire conversation.
So, how do you start tuning into that other 93%? Well, you start looking for what the pros look for, micro-expressions. These are super fast, involuntary little facial movements that flash for just a fraction of a second, but they give away what a person is really feeling. This isn't just some pop psychology junk. This is the stuff high-stakes poker players and FBI agents use to see right through somebody's bluff.
Okay, so here's your first practical tool. It's called the SCAN method, and it's perfect for a quick vibe check. First, you survey. Just watch someone when they're relaxed. What's their normal? That's their baseline. Then clarify. Look for changes when the topic or situation shifts. Do they tense up? Next, analyze. Don't just focus on one thing. Look for clusters. Crossed arms alone might mean nothing, but crossed arms plus a clenched jaw? That's telling you something. And finally, navigate. You use all that info to adjust your own approach. Simple.
And that brings us right into play 2. Because, look, reading the room is awesome, but it's just step 1. Now it's time to turn all that observation into an actual interaction. It's time to make a real connection.
And hey, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, this is all just feel-good, soft skill stuff, think again. Research from the Harvard Business Review found that social intelligence is twice as important as your technical skills for success at work. Twice. So yeah, being good at your job is important, but being good with people, that's the real game changer for your career.
But let's be real for a second. This is so much bigger than your job. Mastering these skills, this is about leveling up your entire life. Your friendships, your dating life, your confidence, all of it. This is how you build a life that's actually rich with meaningful connections, not just a life that looks good on a resume.
Here's your next tool. It's the HEAR method, and it's how you go from just hearing sounds to actually listening. First, halt. Stop whatever you're doing, put the phone down, give them your full attention. Then, engage, lock in. Focus on their words, their tone, their body language. Third, anticipate. Try to hear the message behind the words. What are they really trying to say? And finally, replay. Reflect it back to them. A simple, okay, so what I'm hearing is one of the most powerful things you can say to make someone feel truly heard.
Now, when it comes to networking, here's the secret sauce. Just flip the whole script. Stop being a taker who's always thinking, what can I get from this person, and become a giver. Ask yourself, how can I help this person? Be authentic. Focus on adding value. It's about playing the long game, building real relationships, not just collecting business cards. When you do that, people don't just remember you, they actively want to see you win.
Okay, time for the advanced level. Welcome to play 3, change the game. So you've learned to read the room, you're making genuine connections. Now what? Now we talk about how you use those skills to ethically influence outcomes and, actually make things happen.
And this chart says it all, man. Manipulation might get you a quick win right out of the gate, but just look at what happens. It tanks hard. In fact, a manipulator's influence drops by an average of 47% after that first success. But ethical influence? That's sustainable. It builds trust, it lasts, and it actually grows over time. It's the only way to play if you're in it for the long haul.
So, what's the engine behind that long-term influence?
A huge piece of it is this powerful psychological principle called reciprocity. It's this deep, hardwired instinct we all have. When someone gives you something, their time, some help, a good recommendation, with no strings attached, you feel this natural, powerful urge to give something back. But here's the key. It has to be genuine.
And this is where we really have to shift our whole mindset. The goal isn't just compromise, where everybody gives a little and leaves a little unhappy. No way. The real goal is to get creative and find a bigger win for everyone involved. And it works. Solutions that are built around mutual benefit are a whopping 67% more likely to lead to long-term success.
So there you have it. We've gone through the 3 core plays: read the room, make the connection, and change the game. Now it's all about putting this playbook into action. It's your move.
So here's the single most important thing I want you to walk away with. None of this is magic. Social intelligence is not a gift that some people are born with and others just aren't. It is a skill. And like any other skill, you can practice it, you can work on it, and you can get really, really good at it.
So, you have the playbook now. The strategies are right here in your hands. The only question left is, what's the first play you're going to run? Are you going to try the scan method at your next coffee meeting? Use the hear method tonight with your partner? The ball's in your court.